Hey,
Can you hear
we're
me?
just yeah, I just started recording
Okay.
because I never started recording right at the beginning.
Let's see if is there a way to know if this is actually recording?
No, I just saw that it said recording video and audio.
Okay, we have proof. They can't gaslight us.
I don't know what happened the last time, but I believe it was me. It had to have been.
But that podcast episode was so good.
And the numbers don't lie. Like a lot of people are not necessarily watching the video as compared to like the streams.
Honestly, when I listen to podcasts, I don't look at the video.
Yeah,
The only-
everyone's
the-
been saying that.
The only utility about the podcast video is for the reels,
Yeah,
but it's not that big of a deal.
it's not that serious. Wow, you're so slutty right now.
I literally put on the first thing I could see. And also, I was not paying attention. I looked at your messages and I'm just trying to read them. I'm not gonna analyze a picture you sent,
No, but I just feel like it's a little
but it's
like
lovely.
you're just kind of like I just feel like you pretend to be the sweetheart. Oh, not if Israel. If Israel stopped existing. No, but if for the picture. Wait, not no, but yeah. But as for the picture you sent me, I just feel like you purport yourself as a sweetheart and you're really you are kind of, but not really.
I'm a sweetheart.
You're like, oh, I like everybody's stories no matter what. Like I just click. There are lots of stories of mine that you have not liked.
Okay, let's
I'm
calm
not
down.
No, I'm not hurt by it, but I'm just saying
I literally, it's not an intentional thing. If I don't like someone's story, it's just because I happen to skip to the next one before.
But why did you say that before though? Is my
Because
point.
it's an exaggeration.
Oh. So you lie.
No, I think it's like saying, I literally am so hungry, I can die. I'm not actually gonna die.
Or I don't know, I just feel like avoiding liking that picture was just saying I don't appreciate the effort you took to
That is so
show
funny.
that I'm in the sun, you know?
That is so funny. But okay, I noted.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I am kidding.
I know you are.
But this is the thing. I will say shit like this to people and they think I'm being serious. And it's like, are you retarded?
Yeah, I know.
Because the humor is in ridiculousness of, because this is something that a crazy bitch might say.
Absolutely.
To be like, I didn't appreciate how you did.
It's like
High school girls would be like, you didn't like my story. Why?
Yeah.
But you like Jessica's story. I asked her.
And then they play it off as if that is a normal thing to have said.
But yeah, and totally it used to be, remember on Instagram you could see activities?
Yeah, who you liked. Like, what are you liking? Oh
That was dramatic.
I mean, you can still see what people are liking.
If you look at the post.
Yeah, if you get the post.
But sometimes people can hide likes too.
Oh, that's true.
To turn off my volume.
Yeah, please.
Today, I have ADHD and I keep touching my phone, even though I'm recording a podcast.
Yeah.
I actually do need my phone though. That's why.
And also, I'll introduce. Hi, everyone. All of people. Love you. Miss you. Hope your week has been good. This week's episode is about partying. The ritual of
comment, subscribe.
Yeah, comment, subscribe. The topic for today is partying, the rituals of it, the red flags, the do's, the don'ts, things you've outgrown, etc., etc., etc. So we will start off. Actually, before that, how was your week?
My week's been pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, I feel like very light. I feel like I've been indulging, but not in a way that I have spent a bunch of money.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
What's your indulgence? What have you indulged in?
I just have honestly just not been working, and I've just been outside in the sun, getting my dick sucked, swimming, And then also I've just been like hanging out and eating foods with my friends. One of my friends, her roommate has a kitten.
Oh,
So I love hanging out with her because then there's this like I don't know, I just feel like I've been having a good time. And like summer is just starting,
yeah, yeah.
you
It's really
know,
changing the energy. You need to get a cat as soon as you move to wherever.
wherever. Yeah, no, I think I am going to do that. That is it's just like one step at a time. Like I have financing done. I have money. I'm now rich, Olives. Come
Yeah.
at me if you have a business idea. I have some funds. But I have that done, and then now I just need to like find an apartment,
Mm,
and that's kind of honestly it. But finding an apartment's kind of like a serious endeavor. I'm starting to realize today is actually because I'm going on. I have from Wednesday to Monday designated to view apartments,
that's a
but
lot of time. That's
it's gonna be Pride weekend where I'm going.
oh
So like
yeah.
the weekend's gonna be a wash. So I honestly only have Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I have to email a bunch of like people today being like, "Hey, I want to come view."
Yes.
The timeline is a little fuzzy because I'm looking for August 1st and like it's a little early, but I have a whole strat.
Yeah.
I
No,
have a
no, no.
whole
It's
strat.
never too early. I think July is good. July.
It's not even June.
I mean,
It's May. So
I I literally just woke up 10 minutes ago, but just so that people know I'm not an idiot.
I woke up
Oh.
50 minutes ago and all I've had for breakfast was a joint and sunlight.
Wow.
Get on my level.
Is weed on an empty stomach different
I
than weed
feel
after
I
eating?
feel amazing.
Okay, 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 okay.
I literally like yeah, I love I've said this before, I'll say it again. I love being in the sun and smoking a joint. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, you're like a cold-blooded reptilian. You know how they love the sun?
I
No,
really
they do.
am.
They love the sun. Like they love to sunbathe. They love to, because that's how they get their warmth.
I really am lizard like I am very like troll under the bridge, lizard basking in the sun,
It's like
trap fire.
when I think of a lizard, I feel like if a lizard was a person, they would be a stoner. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I see like just vibing in the sun.
But
Yeah, hell
if
yeah.
you ever watch an iguana, those fuckers move fast when they want
When
to.
they want to,
Yes.
need to even. Yeah, 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 yeah. And
Yeah.
I think they grow back their tail. Uh,
How's
anyway,
your week been?
uh, my week. I realized I've been lying to you and everyone around me. Because everyone who's asked me, how are you doing? I've been saying, oh my God, horrible. I've been working like 2 weeks straight. And I realize I think that's what society's conditioned me to say when I'm working nonstop. Because it's how I'm able to then say I can't hang out. Because
Mm.
I think people are like, if I were to say, "Oh my God, I'm doing so well," they're gonna be like, "Okay, do you want to grab dinner?"
But
And
then
I
you
t-
could literally just say, "I'm actually working every day."
no, exactly. But then
But then they're still gonna they believe that.
I know, but I'm realizing actually working 2 weeks straight sucks because obviously I don't have enough free time to do the things I want to do. But I've told you this before. I like routine. I like structure and I like personal time. So I feel like working
Mhm.
and not having time to do anything means I'm just spending time with myself. So it's horrible in the fact that I can't do fun things, but it's okay. Like
You
I
can
sort
use your work time as like you're doing self-reflecting.
like
You're meditating.
meditating, listening to podcasts, the Olive People in particular. Like literally just chilling, listening to music, playing video games. I finished a video game actually. That'll be my medium moment later. But
You finished a video game at work?
no, when I come home from work, I have like 4 hours. So I've been able to but like lock in and actually put a couple hours into a game. Not
Good
just
for
the past
you.
2 weeks, more than that. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's been a nice reset, especially considering yesterday I ended up, because yesterday was my first day off in 2 weeks. And I went out with some friends. super fun. I'm exhausted though. They ended up, so I went to this party, which is funny because it'll get into our topic. I went into this party at like 3 p.m. It's a day night party. It goes until 2 a.m. And I left by like 10 p.m. They went from 10 p.m. and then went to another party. And that I can't do. So that's in my no goes. I will not party for more than 6 hours at a time.
So they probably just went to bed.
No, they went straight. So they joined me at this party and then at 10 p.m. went to the next party, which goes on until the morning.
You only partied till 10
Yeah.
and you're that dead?
Because I got home by 11:30 and then I slept at midnight.
Okay, but so I went to okay, literally we went to bed at the same time.
We did because I saw your last scene. I don't know how, where, in what app it was, but I saw that. I think you read one of my messages at 12:20 a.m. Or yeah, a.m. So I was like, okay, we're going to bed together.
Oh my god, you're so creepy for that. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't check? Like if somebody, because I messaged you something at night, I was like, wake me up if something, and then I saw you read the message right before I slept.
No, to be honest, if I my like I if the thing is, okay, I'm good at answering messages normally because I'm normally not doing anything. But as soon as I'm doing anything else, I just stop. I just like I'm very much like on a need to know. Like I already knew I'm like me and Arlie are meeting at this time tomorrow. Like he knows the routine. Like I don't really need to say anything. And I feel like if it's an emergency, people will call me. And then I'll pay attention to that.
Right.
But like genuinely, like I'm a person where I'll get to it when I get to it, but most of the time I get to it because I'm like I have a lot of free time.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday I was just like hanging out with a guy all day, so I was like
Slay.
doing that.
Nice, nice, nice. Shall we get into the topic?
Oh oui oui, mon ami.
Okay, perfect. So we're talking about partying, what we do before, during, and after. So we're gonna start the before. How do you
What?
psych yourself? Like before partying, the ritual.
Oh, we're talking about partying, and you asked a question.
I haven't yet asked the question.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Please go ahead. We're talking about partying though. I feel like that wasn't made clear.
I did say we're talking about partying, the before, during, and after.
Oh,
Listen. So what are some things you do to like psych yourself up before a party?
oh, I actually okay, because I don't really like partying. I get anxious before parties because oh god, I went to actually so I haven't partied in a long time, and then just this on Saturday I went to a party, which was an okay party, which I guess is good for this topic. But I get really anxious before parties. So what do I do? I smoke weed and I internally panic. And maybe I'm not a huge drinker, and when I am drinking alcohol, because I don't like it, I'm very slow with it. So at the pregame, I probably only finish like 1.5 drinks, plus or minus like 1 to 2 shots max. Usually I don't even, not even. Well, maybe sometimes I'll take like at least 1 shot. And then I'm kind of buzzed. And I get very anxious beforehand about the lineup. Like partying honestly is so fucked up. Like I just hate everything surrounding it because of tickets and lineups, and that like dysregulates my system.
Wait, what do you mean by lineup?
Am I gonna have to line up outside?
That's so funny that that's what you, because to me, when you said lineup, I thought you meant the DJ lineup. I mean,
Oh no, I don't give a fuck about who's playing.
that's why I was like, that's so not you. Why would you be stressing about this? But no, you meant queuing or waiting in line.
Queuing, as someone who went to an international school might say.
Waiting. So the lineup, I get it. But are they really that long where you're going?
Sometimes it's honestly, I've been in fucked up situations where I've literally had a ticket to something. And here's the thing, most of the year is winter or cold
Oh
at night.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like I'm in a club out. I first of all, I don't like checking a jacket sometimes, because also if you're a smoker and you check a jacket, how am I supposed to go outside and smoke if I can't check in and out my jacket? Tell me. I'm supposed to pay $5 every time.
Every
Like, it's not
time.
even a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So it's a genuinely a real problem. It's like genuinely a real issue because it's like I don't enjoy partying if I can't smoke, and if I'm outside smoking, shivering, I'm not going to enjoy it.
I actually didn't think
So
about my smoking comrades who need to like, yeah, that would be a struggle. That would be a struggle. You need a jacket.
I feel very seen right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that situation just stresses me out because then it's like if I don't have a jacket, it's like I'm praying to God that I can like run from the Uber to the door
Oh, yeah.
and like everything's quick because I'm
Yeah.
like in a tank top or something. You know what I mean? And
Right. Right.
I hate anyone who knows me and I in person knows that I like stay bundled because I like being warm.
Hell yeah. See, I don't want to like be like I'm that girl, but I don't have that problem because the parties I go to, I'm usually guest listed because I barely go to parties. So if I'm going out, it's either supporting a friend or going something I'm DJing. So I'm just gonna go straight and cut the line. I also hate waiting in line. I hate that. There is a club in Brooklyn called Nowadays, which you
I think I've actually been there.
yeah, so you either there's two options. You can either get tickets way in advance or you can like wait in line to get in like entering without a ticket. And you could wait for 2 hours. I've waited for 2 hours before. And I was like, I'm never doing this again because
In the summer?
no, it was I would say like maybe fall. So it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible weather-wise. It was just waiting was annoying. I was like, I want to sleep. Like I'm done. It was already like midnight by the time we entered, or like 1 a.m. or something. But I want to backtrack to like the pre stuff first. I feel like I need to nap before going out. I can't just go out cold turkey, especially
I
after work.
I aim to nap before I go out, but then sometimes I'll let myself get distracted and then fuck it up. But then that actually happened to me on Saturday where I was like, fuck, I missed a nap because I actually ended up like having a busy entire day and then went straight to a pregame. And then, or I like literally came home, showered, and then had to go straight to a pregame. But my friend that I pregamed with gave me a medication for ADHD.
Concerta,
No.
uh, whatever ADHD medication.
Something that he's like, well, at first he was like, "Oh, I have caffeine pills." And then he comes back and he's like, "Here's a fucking like a not Adderall, but something like
Ritalin.
Ritalin, I think." Yeah, maybe it was a Ritalin.
Okay.
Here's a Ritalin. And I was like, he's like, "This will keep you wired though." And I was like, "I guess it's better than yawning right now."
Huh. Yeah. Have you tried it before?
I've done not Valiums, Viavan?
I
I've done
don't know what that
Viavan.
is. I don't know what
Oh,
that is. Mm-mm.
I don't maybe that's like a Canadian generic term for something. But I've flirted with that type of drug.
And does it make you normal, or does it actually make that
Fuck
like
you.
like does it actually make you high and wired, or does it just normalize you? Because I want to see if you have ADHD. I mean,
No, it doesn't normalize me. I just get like more anxious.
okay, then it's probably you probably don't have full on ADHD.
I think it's just like a mixture of like complex PTSD. Like that's my problem. Like I just don't have a fucking loving family. Like what kind of person do you think gets raised
What do you think is the
by
product?
like
Yeah,
what do you think happens? Yeah, like
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I think I'm pretty decent, but I just mean I'm quirky.
yeah, yeah. You have some quirks, some quirks.
I'm built
Okay.
different.
Okay, so then we're napping. Honestly, when I say napping, I just mean closing my eyes. I just need to like sit in silence and like close my eyes, pretend like I'm not going out, and then open my eyes and get ready. When you get ready, do you plan an outfit, or do you just like put on whatever you want at the time?
No, I mean, I wait up until the moment of when I have to get ready to, like, decide, but I do, like when I already have an idea in mind because I hate looking last minute for, something to wear because then I just feel like I don't have an outfit and then I'm just, like, always the person that's in a tank top, Which I also don't mind being in a tank top because I have lovely tattoos, so it's like I'm better than the other people in tank tops.
Yeah. I mean, you spent money on it. You should show it. I feel like
Of
it's
course.
yeah. I feel like it's like piercings. It's like I feel like people who have. I'm so envious of people that have a ton of piercings in their face because it really is so cool. I know you have a
I
couple.
oh, I only have my ears pierced.
Oh,
That's it.
okay. And you
I
wanted to
can't
get the tragus
I wanted to get it, but
or
I'm
the
like, I
helix.
just have a feeling me and my body don't do well with piercings. And if we talked about this, but I don't want the tragus to get a keloid like
Yeah.
behind my anywhere visible on my ear because I'm gonna kill myself otherwise.
Yeah, yeah. If you get a keloid, it's gonna be very noticeable because your ears already point out, so it's just gonna hang.
And I don't have hair. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Don't risk it. I like to plan my outfits in the sense that let's say I bought a piece of clothing that I'm excited to wear. Sometimes I'll be eager to go out just so that I can wear that thing. Like
Yeah.
sometimes that's more exciting to me than the actual partying.
I
And I
agree.
and I need at least 5 compliments. If I go
Oh,
out and no one notices or no one says, "Oh my god, nice outfit," I will kill myself as well.
that's funny because I expect it and I actually get anxious about how many people are gonna talk to me about whatever it is.
You don't want
Because it's
that
also
pressure.
a regular thing. I don't like well, because also people are weird, like, I mean, I'm like, okay, this is more basic, but the line tattoo is a big one, and some people will come up and touch it, or, I've rhinestoned my head, and some people will come up and touch it, or, like, I have some, like, cool jumpsuit. People just love to fucking touch shit,
We've discussed the touching in the previous episode. Don't touch unless clearly indicated that you can.
and I've only grown more feral over the years. Like, I'm starting to realize that that's the case with me.
Mm. Farrell elaborates.
In terms of I have less patience
Mm.
to offer people for the same mistakes, even though
For their silliness.
this is the thing, a white person will come up and do something to you, and maybe it's their first time someone's addressed them and being like, "Oh, you can't do this kind of thing," or like anybody. And then it's like, I think people have to realize when someone snaps at you for something small, like you have to have empathy for that person because it's like, think about their shoes. Think about every day how much they deal with that shit. A good example is like the homeless guy sitting, like asking people for money. If you're the person that says no to him and he crashes out at you, it's like, imagine just being told no 5 billion times a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying the whatever, but it's just like, you know, have some have some,
Decorum.
self-reflection time, have some
Yeah.
decorum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get anxious when I'm wearing something, like, extravagant. I get anxious a lot dealing with people
I see that. I can see that. Which I wouldn't have pinned you as an anxious person, but I can see
because
how
I think I mask it pretty well.
mm,
Because 'Cause I'm also a good public speaker, but I'm nervous as fuck when I'm public speaking, like, I almost black out.
oh wow.
And then people will like, I mean, I've done very well in public speaking, like, my credentials don't lie. But, yeah, I just, like, it's very much, like, fake it till you make it for me, and it works.
It works. It works.
It
If it
works.
works, it works.
Because in your head, things are so much longer and worse than they actually are, let me tell you.
And also I think you maybe have unlocked because you know what? I'm gonna analyze this. I think because you smoke weed, you've surpassed that stage of like self where you're like, oh my God, are people noticing I'm high? You know what I mean? You know how like some
Yeah.
people when they smoke weed, the whole time they're like, "Oh my god, everyone's looking at me. Everyone knows I'm high." Blah blah blah. You're probably so past that where you're just like, no one's looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely don't think that people are paying attention
Yeah,
often.
yeah,
There's actually today on the weekend
yeah. That's just
there you go,
our
pick
beef.
one.
Yeah, yeah. Um. Anyway, partying. So we are finally at the pre, and What do you honestly, sometimes I like the pregame a lot more than the actual partying.
Agreed.
'Cause
I love when I'm going to the pregame and I'm the person being like, "I'm actually not going out tonight."
oh, that was almost me yesterday. But, yeah, I love that. I love just talking to people, seeing friends, and yeah, sometimes I'm just like, it'll be a lot of work to actually make my way down to a club in the middle of nowhere and just shake my ass for, like, hours and then Uber back home or whatever. But we're leaving the pre. Do you order the Uber or do you wait for somebody to order an Uber? Slash, do you use public transportation? What's your, like, go-to?
It depends on the situation. I think if it's a group of people I know, I'm more willing to, like, order the Uber because it's like, yeah, I fuck with these people.
Mm.
Or it's like, if it's a big pregame situation, I grab the people that I wanna go to the party with, and I'll be like, I'll get the Uber, let's go.
Yeah,
If it's more of like, I'm only with one person or like I'm just by myself kind of vibe, or like a bigger group of people, I'll like kind of wait for someone else to organize the situation or just tell me what to do.
yeah, I'm the same.
It's kind of more strategy in terms of like the social dynamic,
Mm.
I think. Because Ubering to the club is political.
Yes, it is, because then you're gonna end up if you Uber somebody, I feel like it's very easily overlooked as, like, a good deed when an Uber is ordered. Like, it's just like an expectation, like, "Oh my god, the Uber is here." But I think people should more consciously think, "Who ordered the Uber? I would like to repay them in other ways in the future." You know, like, buy them a drink when we get there or something.
Mhm.
You know, it just shows that you actually give a shit and you're not just taking advantage of somebody just being nice. You know what I mean? It
Yeah, but
depends.
it's also, I
It
feel like with
depends.
things like that, it's just like, it just kind of like you put it out into the universe. Like, I'm a person when I travel is like that's my moment where I'm like, okay, here's my time to give out all the cigarettes that I've taken.
Oh my god, did I tell you I'm starting to, like, get a craving for cigarettes?
That's
I
bad.
know. Every time, like yesterday at the party, I realized there was a point where I was just looking around for somebody who's smoking so I can be like, "Hey, can I bum a cigarette?" But then I found no
You
one because
just
fucking
buy a pack of cigarettes and
no,
have them
that's
for
dangerous.
yourself.
That's dangerous because then I'll actually smoke. I don't wanna smoke. Like, I don't wanna be a smoker.
Honestly, smoking is so nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
It
I
is.
smoke weed and
It really is so nice. Like,
it
I
could cure anything in the world. That's why I'm literally like, if anything goes wrong, as long as I have sunlight and something to smoke, like I'm unbreakable.
yeah. Everyone at the party yesterday just had vapes. I was like, "Let me try."
Ugh,
I took a puff and I was like, "This is not the same." And I threw it
no.
back at the stranger.
Did you actually?
No, it was my friend. It was my friend
Oh.
who had the vape. It was like watermelon flavored, and I was like, "No."
Oh
The
my god, watermelon flavored.
I thought of that just now. Hell yeah. What oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, is she drinking
I'm drinking
watermelon?
Coke.
Okay, Coke, but it says
That's so
California
funny.
for sure. Yeah, that's
Yes.
funny. Yeah. Did not age well. What's
No,
your
she's literally perfect.
who's your ideal party crew, or what is your ideal party crew?
To be honest, I like people who kind of like being like, should we just not go? Um, but like, cause genuinely, like, honestly, I'm for real. Like, I think partying is kind of lame. It's out. I think it's out for me for like
2025.
2020, whatever. I'm not saying never, but like seriously, I'm gonna adopt the. I mean, if I was in Toronto longer, I would say I would only go to parties if I get guest listed. But like that's what I'm doing from here on out for like
Mm.
the rest of my time here. And then when I move, partying just will not be as big of a event in my life. And like when there is a party, it'll be like more rare. So then it'll just be more of like
Novelty, like a
a novel. I just want it to be fun again. Like
yeah.
I feel like every time I go out, at least in the city here, like for example, I went out yesterday and just like annoying shit happens. Like this guy that I had went on a date with at one point in time where, like, anyway, it didn't, like, it just, like, it didn't go anywhere, and, like, it's cool, like, where we ended on, like, fine terms, or, like, not ended, like, it was chill. And but when he came up to me on the dance floor, it was really dark, and I didn't know who the fuck was, like, saying my name, so I was like, "Who is that?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's so and so." And I feel like they thought I was pretending like I didn't know who I was, like, again, and I was just like, "Oh god." And then I just felt like
Wow.
I was like, then I started being, like, anxious in my head, and then it was just, like, a really, like, pointed interaction.
Hmm.
And then I could hear him talking about me to, like, this person he brought to the party, and I was like, "Oh my god." I was just trying so hard to just be like, "I'm not gonna look, I'm just gonna be, like, chill even, cause like, whatever, this is none of my business."
Honestly, I feel like it's not talked about enough how most of the time spent at parties is uncomfortable, or like
Yeah, and, like,
waiting, or like standing, or like dancing in place, but in your mind, you're like thinking about the next thing.
if you okay, the worst thing is seeing someone you like, a friend's friend, or, like, let's say a friend's boyfriend who's, like, kind of a friend, on the dance floor, the music's loud, you're the only 2 people who kinda know each other around, but you don't really know each other, and then you have to, like, either awkwardly dance beside them, or, like, ignore them, or try to talk to them, but then it's too loud on the dance floor, so you can't have quick, easy communication, like, with someone you know.
The awkward
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, the awkward dancing around people, I'm still trying to crack the code there because it really is weird, like, and I'm somebody, I think I told you this, where I don't dirty dance with friends, in the sense, like,
Yeah.
I'm not, like, grinding and bumping, like, so I
I
feel like
mean, for fun a little bit, like, for, like, a couple
yeah,
seconds.
yeah, maybe a few seconds, same. But then even like you said, if you bump into like acquaintances or friends of friends or strangers or whatever, where you start talking, I don't know. I feel like my social cue like my autism is in the not knowing when is the appropriate time for me to just like walk away. And how do I just like walk away? Like, what do I
I
have?
honestly, I just break away at any point. I just decide to walk away.
I think it's helped me to be like, they're probably
Rip the
fucked up.
Band-Aid off
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, they're probably fucked up. They probably don't even know I'm there and just boom. Although sometimes when people do like come at me, like in the sense of like, oh my God, hi, blah, 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 blah. I know you from this or that, or like whatever, we have a mutual friend. I also don't know if that's an invitation for me to like stick around and like talk to them, or if I should just like say hi and bye. Although recently a friend was telling me about an experience he had with a cute guy where the guy came up to him, said, I love your vibe, I love your energy, and walked away. The guy. I
Yeah.
think that's so good because you plant the seed of like, hey, by the way, I think you're interesting, but you don't linger enough to make it like a hostage situation. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're like making it clear that I have interest. If you have interest too, come find me, but no pressure. I love that vibe. Like, I think that's the best way to interact with people. I feel like that's how I am on Molly. I'll end up just like saying nice things to people
But
as
then
I'm
you don't
walking
mean
by.
those things. But you don't really mean that.
That is true, but maybe in my Molly eyes, I'm able to like see
You're
the beauty.
see
I'm seeing
yes.
the beauty. So I might just like, oh my God, I love this top and move. Like, don't like stay, don't make it a thing. Just spread joy.
The thing is, it all depends on your, like, goals, you know what I mean? I feel like if my goal is to just give someone a compliment, then yeah, like, that's one situation. But if I'm trying to what if I'm trying to hook up?
No, but that's the thing. That's why you plant the seeds. And then if they have interest, they're going to have eyes on you. And like you'll lock
True.
eyes and realize, oh, there is interest on both
If they have
sides.
interest, they will look for you.
Yeah.
But honest to God, I'm so bad with faces, like, I will just be like, "I can't remember what that person even looked like."
Mm,
That's
yeah.
what'll happen to me. I'm really, really so bad for that. Like, I get like, time has proven before, like, we could have had sex and I'll forget who you are.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, literally. Isn't it interesting though? You know how people get beer goggles where like if they're like are inebriated or high or whatever, they see people as more attractive than they
Can
actually
we
are.
pause actually for 1 second?
Yeah.
I just wanna get a freezy.
I don't know what
Thank
that
you.
is.
it's like a frozen treat.
Go, go, go.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a freezy, by the way.
Oh, I remember that we used to have something similar. Mm, I bet that's just like purely chemicals. Like it's ice and food coloring, probably.
And
Nothing. Just
what do you mean
fun.
by chemical? Ice is a chemical.
Red 3, red number 3.
We don't have that. It's banned in Canada.
Oh, I was saying, people get beer goggles where they like see somebody and they think that they're more attractive than they are. I get the opposite. The more high I am, or the more like whatever inebriated, I fixate on people's like I'll look at somebody, and the longer I look at them, the more their face distorts. Like I start kind of like a bad trip where like you start
Mm.
seeing things like start turning wavy. I'm like, get away from me. Yeah, I don't get beer goggles.
I don't think I've never really had this situation. I don't think either way, either thing really happens to me. I'm like, when I get fucked up, I still feel pretty sober.
I can see that. I can see you being. You're like my friend, where you the whole night you're exactly the same. It doesn't. You can't tell that they're like high off their wagon. But I feel like
Yeah,
people you can tell. Me, I
but
feel like if I'm high, you can tell.
I don't know. I feel like my favorite place to be is just usually wherever people are smoking, and I just like smoking and yapping. And it's nice if you can hear the music a little bit.
When you go for a smoke, is that like social time, or do you like stick to yourself?
It also depends. Am I smoking because I'm running away from a situation? I need some air. Was I just like hot and sweaty and I need some air? Am I looking for people? I mean, it just depends.
I get it. I get it. Is there anything in a party that's like a red flag, where like you walk in and immediately you walk out?
Um, if it's past midnight and it's empty,
Uh
if you look at the lineup and everyone's ugly, like
Lining
the
up.
queue, if
Yeah.
you look at the queue and all the patrons have a displeasing face,
Okay, and then you're like, nope. Yeah, that happens to me if I like go and I'm like, uh-oh, the crowd is very straight right now. And I don't mean like queer straight, where they're like artsy and fartsy. I like that. But if I go and they're like gym, like bros and like hoes, I'm like,
mm,
no, I'm this.
bros are scary to be
Yeah, this is not.
around when they're drinking. It's like
They are.
like violence is in the air.
They're aggressive. I've been to a couple of like concerts for DJs I like, and it's like very the crowd is meant to be straight. I think we've talked about this before. And I go and it's like all straight people. Their vibe is so whack. Like they'll be talking very loudly in the middle of a concert,
They're the bitches with whistles.
and it's like, what? How are you
What?
like you're at a concert? Just shut up and listen. Stop talking about Mandy from accounting or whatever. I don't know. Their conversations are so lame. But what's your personal boundary around like drinking, drugs? Is there a limit? Do you give yourself a limit, or do you just go with the flow?
What's my boundary for?
Like drinking, drugs, all this stuff. Like, do you stop yourself at some point, or do you just go with the flow? Do you match someone
Mm.
else's energy? Because I can
No,
tell you.
I stop myself.
Okay. Because I'm the same way. I'm very deliberate. Like, literally, people will offer me bumps all the time. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm good. And I can see the look in their eyes of like shock that I'm turning down free stuff. But I always do that. I'm always like, I will pace myself in the way that I know I will enjoy myself, and I will never overdo it. I have very good
Yeah.
discipline when it comes to that. I feel like John, outing him as this, I feel like I give away all his like uh like in the previous episode I like outed his flaws. I can't remember what it was. They're not flaws, it's just differences, but he can't say no. Like if somebody
Mm-mm.
offers him a drink, he'll be like, sure. And if
Mm-mm.
somebody, and it's not because maybe he doesn't want to, but because it was offered to him, he wants to be nice. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, you can say no. Like you can say, I actually don't want. You know what I mean? But he sometimes can't say no. Whereas I'm the other way around. I'll say no multiple times.
I'm very needs based. Like if I want it, I'll take it. And if I feel like I don't want it, I won't take it. So yeah, if I'm too fucked up or I'm like feel like I'm at a good place, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if it's just a drug I don't want to do. Like not if cocaine's offered to me, unless it's like at the pregame and I'm trying to stop yawning, I'm probably not gonna do the bump of coke.
Right.
Ketamine, like, I'm likely to say yes because I mean, I can do a decent amount of K and be fine, and honestly, being fucked up on a lot of Ks, kind of a lot of fun.
It it is fun. Oh shit! Halloumi just jumped next to the computer.
She's feeling feisty right now.
Yeah, she wanted to disrupt. Um,
She's like, "Disrupt the system." She's resisting.
in her little weird way. She what was I gonna say? Oh, ketamine. I feel like ketamine for me is hits really hard. Like I can do one bump and be good the whole night. Where like I feel
Wow.
that same like ooh, like
Woozy, yeah.
I'm like, whoa. So I'm so shocked when I see people just doing it like continuously. I'm like, good for you.
I've been literally transported through space. That shit was crazy. I
Yep.
felt like I was standing in one place, but I was fucking zooming through the universe.
That is
I will also can I say about partying, some of my best decisions, I've been so fucked up, and then I'm like, "This is what I need to do." Like, I turned to my friend when I was living in Vancouver, but we were in Seattle. We were at, like, a Euphoria party, and we were I was like we took something that was Molly that I don't know if it was actually Molly or ecstasy,
or crack.
and then I looked at him, and I was like, "I'm gonna quit my job, or I'm gonna find a way to, like, take the summer off, go to Europe for 3 months, and move to Toronto."
That is so funny. I think it's maybe because it strips back the like expectations of society and purely begs the question of what do you want as an
God told me to go to law school in Manitoba.
in what way, how and why?
I was at a rave in Montreal, also fucked up, and it just came to me. And then I decided to take my LSAT and do it.
Wow. Have I made important life decisions after like a high
No, during.
during?
On the dance floor, and you're just, like, fucked up, and then you have a realization. That always happens to me.
I don't think that's actually happened to me often. I used to when I was younger be the person who when I'm high start messaging people like you mean so much to me. I love you so much, like friends and family. Like so
Oh,
annoying. Yeah, I was
yeah. I
so
was about to say, that's kind of annoying.
so annoying. Now though, I can control that. Like I'll get the urge of like, oh my god, I miss Fatima. I hope she's doing well. I'm like, "It's
Yeah.
okay. You can message her when you're sober.
Yeah.
Like that would mean a lot more. And then
Then a 3 a.m.
yeah,
random
yeah,
misspelled weird message.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, because yeah, God knows I used to do that all the time, but not anymore.
And then you get the babas and your phone confused. I'm surprised you haven't done one of those at like a night
Honestly,
out, all crazy.
honestly, thank the Lord. Jesus, whoever you are. He's really looking out for me. But what was I gonna say? I did one time, oh my god. One time I think I sent a whole voice note. This was like years ago. A voice note and a grinder picture to my mom. Where that I intended to send to my best friend because I'm an idiot. On WhatsApp, the chats filter by the most recent chat you had, and I had just replied to my mom earlier and I didn't realize it. So then I sent it to her because I was just talking to my other friend. And my mom fully didn't know what I was talking about, thank God. But I sent her like a guy who looked like a teddy bear and he was very hot. And I was just like, oh my God, blah, 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 like something like that. And, oh God.
And what did she respond with? She probably knew. She's like, I don't want any business in knowing what the fuck this is.
They know exactly. That was exactly it. I think she was just like, I don't want to know.
So you don't get like partying for some reason makes me closer to God in a way. Good parties, I like get spiritual.
I do too. I think there's a lot of spirituality in dancing and letting loose and even being high. Obviously, I mean, it's throughout history, people take substances and then hallucinate and imagine God. I feel like that happens all the time. Yeah, I love it.
Bro, that's what I like, and I'm telling you, I feel like the best decisions are made that way, like, taking LSD. I literally take LSD just to, like, think about stuff sometimes.
Do you
Not
prepare,
lately.
like, do you make a list, like, this is the objectives for this trip?
N no, I'm mostly like, what comes what will like, whatever I need will come to me. I don't need lists.
Mm. I'm very anal. I need to have, like, plans. Yeah, but I'm planning a mushroom trip in a couple of weeks. Like, that's how far in advance, like, I'm thinking about it.
Oh,
I have mushrooms I wanna use up before moving, and I'm like, "Okay, what do we wanna do? Park, museum, or stay at home?" Okay, if we do park,
park.
what
Wanna do park.
park, I agree. And John probably wants to do park. He loves nature. So food, what are we getting? What are we bringing? How long are we gonna be there? Blah 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 blah. Blah. Like I want to plan all of this before.
Oh, you're so annoying because 'cause you're not
Yeah,
gonna follow that.
no, that's true. A lot of the times we will take liberties, but I feel like it makes me feel comforted to know that there is a plan.
I'm thinking about the last time I had a big shroom strip in a park, and I was in Amsterdam with my
Y-
ex-bestie.
They sell them there in stores, right?
Oh, yeah, they sell them there.
Like they're just like, yeah, wow, I would love to go there just to try
They're
this.
insane because they're vacuum sealed and they're little truffle mushrooms, so it looks like brains.
Yeah, that's cool. Hell yeah. But yeah, your ex-bestie. I wish them well.
I wish them well too. I feel like we'll reconnect maybe when the time's right.
Inshallah, inshallah.
But, oh, my light went out. Good times were had,
Wow,
but
the
then they're
light
not.
really does make a difference.
Not you fucking bragging.
No, it just really like was light. The whole time I was like, you don't need that. There's sunlight coming in through the window, but
No, that's been
actually,
the light the whole time. I see the light.
let me see my little list of questions.
I also have questions, Beach Dubs.
Oh, good, good, good. I've reached the point of like the after the party. So if you have something for party or before, you can go ahead and ask.
Well, we did talk about spirituality and partying.
Post party food has to be a thing. I refuse to go to bed without eating. I one time hung out. I one time hung out. Okay, I'm not gonna say who this is. I'm not gonna say who this is, but if you know me well, you will know who I'm talking about because we've discussed these people before. His partner, when we would go out, what eat? We would come back home. We would not have eaten anything. It would have been like 10 hours of no food. And he'll be like, I guess we should all go to bed and like capitalize on the fact that we haven't eaten so that we like lose weight. Are you hearing how crazy that sounds?
Go to bed to capitalize on the
As in he's like, it's already bedtime. We shouldn't eat. Like, let's just go sleep.
Yeah, I think that's honestly kind of logical.
No, you should always feed yourself. Like, you shouldn't be like, I'm hungry, but it's already bedtime. I might as well benefit from like sleeping and not eating so that I like for the goal of like being snatched. I think that's
That's honestly,
no.
I mean, okay, you're literally as someone who stand up and show off how
No,
snatched you are, Ali.
look up my Instagram.
Exactly, you little. Anyway,
But I still eat whatever I want.
as fucking if you don't even know anything,
I eat
you don't know.
so much.
But
But I'm
do
also
you
not
think? Are you a bitch that eats freezies for breakfast? Like,
that's
you like
probably
there.
stevia. It's not even real sugar, so it's
No,
fine.
what it's not. It's not about that, but it's just like there. I feel like certain lifestyle choices, give certain results, and I'm not. It's not like one is worse than the other. But if you're someone who chooses to indulge, I mean, and that is a moment of indulgence. So it's like for people, it's like you have to have a balance of
Except it's literally not indulgence. We're all hungry, and he's just saying it's bedtime. We might as well just sleep on it, and that way it'll be another
Being
opportunity.
hungry is not a bad thing, though. Just because 'cause you're hungry does not mean you should eat.
But I think it's kind of absurd that you're choosing to not have more pleasure of, like, eating, like, a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something. You know, like, right before bed, you've just had a full night of dancing, you earned it, and then their
But it's not
logic.
that maybe it's not that deep to somebody because it's like you're gonna wake up tomorrow and you could have that peanut butter and jelly
No,
sandwich.
that was their point. They were like, "Okay, I guess it's almost bedtime, we shouldn't eat." Like, he vocalized that, like, he said that out loud, these words.
So,
He was like,
I'm honestly on his side.
"Wow, that is wild."
Or it's like, honestly, like, I will eat sometimes after the club, but, like, I don't know, I definitely do listen to my like, I mean, check out my Instagram. I'm a person who indulges, but, I don't know, like, sometimes I don't do that so I can indulge another time. Like, it's I feel like it's give and take. It's like, "Oh, maybe I have only, like, eggs and water for breakfast because I plan on having, like, a whole lobster and mac and cheese and, like,
I
2
think it's
liters
I
of
think it's
Pepsi for, like, dinner."
yum, but also I think it's just because of the absurdity of thinking you need to save those calories when we literally haven't eaten anything all day. Like, that becomes an eating disorder when it's like
Not really, though, but, like, you're not I don't even think you have to eat every like, have it you can have 1 meal a day, like, you could eat I don't know, I don't think you need to I don't think people should be eating 3 square meals a day if that's not your vibe.
I guess, I don't know. I don't like that. I wanna eat.
But you just eat but then you do you. Why is someone else saying something? Were they trying to get you to not eat? Is that why you feel like
Yeah, I mean, it was affecting me. Like, they were like, "We're not gonna eat." And because of
oh,
that, like, "You're not gonna eat because I was staying
that
over at their place.
you should have just Ubered yourself something.
That is true. I could have
Yeah.
done that.
You're an adult. The thing is, no one could like that's the thing. It's like I guess nothing other people say bothers me because it's like if you're not gonna eat and I really want to eat, I will find a way to eat.
That's true.
I'm always eating. Um,
Khalil is eating out of a metaphorical bowl.
yeah.
His tongue sticking out for our listeners. Okay, fair. I can see that logic. When it happened to John and I, we talked about it for like weeks of how absurd and crazy that was.
You guys are so lame.
We were like, "Oh my god!" Like they have like we were like, "I can't believe we did not
The
eat."
audacity.
The audacity. We were like, "What? This
You
exists?"
you didn't just order like a pizza on like fucking Uber or something, you morons.
No, but I think we were stunned. I think we were too stunned to speak. Like at the shock of like coming home after a party and then
I
everyone's being
swear.
hungry.
See, if I was in that cab with you guys and that was said, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck, I'm eating. And then I'd be like, Ali, let's order a pizza.
Yeah, and that would have been very appreciated at the time.
See, but that's when it's like, I don't know, like people love outspokenness, like when it benefits them, but when it's something they don't like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it's good in every situation, no matter, I mean, we've had this debate,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
think
yeah,
sometimes we change the scope,
yeah.
but this is a moment and when it's definitively good.
100%. I think looking back, yeah, I feel like hell yeah, more power to that action. I would have definitely been like, okay, I'm gonna order. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, like,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Go against the grain.
Sorry, sorry, sorry. Like you're home now. Do you shower or do you just jump into bed right away?
Oh, I like how we actually did this whole thing as like a whole arc. Good job.
Thanks.
Me hasn't been paying attention the whole time. Okay, I'm home now. Do I shower? Oh, last time I showered, normally I don't because honestly, people might judge me for this, but I prefer morning showers
Oh,
or
interesting.
before I go out.
Okay, that's very not Arab of you. Because
No, it's
I feel like Arabs are at least
well, the thing is,
are more like shower before sleep.
my mom and dad were never
Okay,
like
okay.
that.
Maybe
The
in my
entire
maybe it's
every
just
well,
my family.
I guess I do remember my mom and my sister would be like that. But I mean, also my parents didn't really give a fuck like when I showered as long as I was showering and I like didn't smell like shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have
Um,
generally, do you have, like, strong body odor, or are you?
I
'Cause
do. I do, and that's the thing, it's like, when I sm this is the thing, when I smell bad, it's because I'm, like, down bad. It's because
mm,
it's like, I feel like as someone who, like, lives alone in a very isolated circumstance,
yeah, you
it's
might
kinda
not need
easy.
to. Yeah.
Well, it's not even not need to, it's, like, sometimes feeling like you're almost at, like, "What's the point?"
Right.
kinda thing, because it's like,
Right.
It's just me, I'm just at home." Like, you kinda, like, let shit slide because it's like, well, no one's checking on you, and you don't
Right.
really have to like, if there's nothing to do it for, why are you doing it?
I
But
totally
then it's like, you have to do it for yourself.
yes.
But,
Self-love.
I mean, whatever, like, life is what it is. But, yeah, I'm a morning showerer, so I love just, like I come home, I open the door, I strip naked, I leave my shit all right there. Maybe I go outside on my balcony and, like, smoke some weed or, like, eat something or, like, eat the food that I brought.
Mm,
And then I just, like, brush my teeth, go to bed.
Very
I make
interesting.
sure I do brush my teeth because I like having, um I have really nice, pretty natural teeth. I never had braces.
I never
And
had
I
braces too.
Oh, good for us.
Yeah, I feel like I have good teeth as well, alhamdulillah.
Um I feel like you can't really tell in this lighting because my lighting's a bit yellow, but I feel like I have pretty white teeth, and I do whiten them, and then sometimes I'll, like, kind of, like I have periods where I'm smoking more tobacco and less tobacco, so I really notice, like,
The
the
difference.
difference. So I'm like I try especially after I've been smoking cigarettes and, like, I'm always smoking cigarettes at a party, I'm like, "Oh, I need to brush because 'cause I'm like,
I mean,
I hate them putting on a whitening strip, kinda like I fucking it's like a whole task for me.
yeah. Also, I think I told you I don't like the taste or smell or anything of alcohol. So hell yeah, the second I'm home, I have to brush my teeth. I have to mouthwash. John has to brush his teeth. John has to mouthwash, or else I'm not touching him.
No,
Period.
mouthwash too?
Yeah, I mean, if it's there, if it's there, if it's not there, then no. If it's not there, it's fine. But
I
definitely
like
brush your teeth.
I agree, brush your tongue for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Also, clubs are
So
nice.
you're showering, you get home and you shower.
In an ideal world, there have been moments where we've been naughty and just like, let's just go to bed.
It's not even naughty though, it's
It's
fine.
kind of
Oh my god.
it's kind of gross because you're sweaty and then also touching people outside, like people are bumping into you, all that
But you're
thing.
taking your clothes off.
Right, but a lot of
You were
times,
in a whole barrier.
but if I'm like wearing a tank top, for example, this whole thing is contaminated. So then if it touches the bed sheets, it's
Like, do
getting
you realize stuff is getting
all the
tracked
germs.
in, like, in multiple different ways anyway
Right,
somehow?
but might as well try to decrease the viral
We just
loads as much as possible.
Girl, whatever. I mean, people have said that to me, like, "Oh, like, you should just, like, wash the city off you or whatever," but I'm just like, "Nah, I can just do that in the morning." And I feel like a shower is such a great way to wake up.
Oh, yeah, in the morning, you mean? Yeah.
And also, it's like, don't you wanna come home with John and then, like, instead of being like, "Wait, let's brush our teeth and mouthwash," don't you wanna, like, come home, be,
You
like,
don't know me.
making out,
You don't
rolling
know
it
me.
I know, but, like, it just ruins the vibe.
Because as soon as we get
Honestly.
home I'm like, "Don't touch me." That moment where you're like, you shed your clothes on the floor, if he does that, I'll be like, "Okay, pick that up, put it in the laundry hamper." I'm starting to, like, unfold laundry that's in the dryer, I'm folding laundry. Yeah, I need that makes me feel like, okay, I'm, like, resetting by making sure everything is put away, because then I don't have to deal with it later.
That would make me feel so uncomfortable and unrelaxed, and it would just ruin my night.
John hasn't complained, although I'm sure he doesn't like it, but he has to
I
deal
know
with it.
he maybe he just goes with the flow, and he's
He's
just like,
very
if it
good with the
makes you
flow.
happy,
Yeah.
it's fine. But for me, it's just like, I guess I'm open to that, but it's just like, I don't know, it's not as go with the flow as I like to sometimes be. And it doesn't to me, it doesn't even really have like pragmatism because it could all just be done later.
It could be
Everything
done
that's
later.
everything that's dirty can be cleaned.
It could be done later, but I get a hit of extra dopamine if some
By being a
by
Nazi?
being productive.
By being like,
By
"John,
being
do this, go brush your
yeah,
teeth," and then
yeah,
you're,
yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm
vigorously
like
folding, like
and then I'm like,
the
"Oh,
body.
okay." And then I can rest in bed with 0, like, dread of the next day, you know what I mean?
But you're not hooking up with your man after a party, like
Yeah, I mean, usually before I know this is weird, but I feel like after the party is when we, like, are done. Like, after the party, I'm so tired. I also don't like inebriated sex as much as, like, sober sex,
okay.
which is a whole other conversation. But
Honestly, though, I mean, no, that kinda eats. That's like, okay, well, good for you, I guess.
because I mean, we talked, like, the whole sex episode. I feel like I mean, we don't have time, we don't have time. It's already, like, an hour and 10 minutes. I want us to wrap up because I do have one more thing. Do you get post-party blues? Like, are you the type of person that when you're home from a party, as you're coming down, do you get depressed? Because that doesn't happen to me because I feel like I acknowledge the beauty of the moment I had without trying to, like, keep it going. I feel like some people need to
Oh, they, like, need to keep it going. No, I'm not like that at all. I have post-party bliss. I'm like, "Oh, thank God I'm home."
same,
Even if it was a good party, I'm just, like, so happy to be home.
same. I'm the
'Cause
type of
also, I have my spiritual gift is I know when to leave a party. I leave just when it's like, "Oh, maybe there was, like, 10 minutes of good partying left,
yeah,
but then it got bad." People always say, like, "Oh, you left at the perfect time," and I'm like, "I know."
yeah. I feel like
I look around
I'm
and I'm
the
like, I
same
see
way.
the vibes.
I never overstay. I never like extend. I know like I'm the type of person in general in life. If let's say there's a TV show I really like, if they stop the show at a peak at their best, I'm like, good for you. Whereas some people are like, no, keep churning out seasons. I want to keep watching this. Like,
Mm.
no, you should end it while it's hot. Like that's how I felt with
No,
Schitt's Creek. People were like,
it's contextual for me.
okay, for
I want shows to keep going for on and on and on and on and on, drag that shit out. If I love that show Avatar: The Last Airbender, I wish there was 50 seasons of that
I know,
shit.
see, it was perfect, like, the amount of it is perfect, like, if they made more, maybe it would've sucked.
Who cares? I would've watched it anyway.
I don't know, I like the fact that it's so good, like, it's so perfect the way it is, it doesn't need more.
But, like, Game of Thrones, okay,
That's an
it's
example of overdoing.
7 and 8 were shit,
Yeah.
and, like, they just ruined it, but, like, I still think on the whole, it's an amazing show.
On the whole, but then it's so tarnished. Imagine if it had the perfect ending.
Not
Okay.
to me. I'm also a very, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm problematic. I don't know, I'm a garbage fire, like, I really am a co-star described Sagittariuses in a Instagram post as a garbage fire, and it made me really, like also previous to that, I had a conversation with a friend about, like, kind of just, like not like it's not this isn't I don't mean to, like, say this to disparage myself for anything, but, like, really, like, lean into who you are.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? People have certain natures about them, and I'm not saying I can't change, I can't evolve, I can't learn. Maybe, one day I won't say the word retard. I'm open to that idea, but I think what is part of my nature is, like I don't know how to quite put it, but it is very garbage fire-esque. There's a
garbage
warm
fire
glow
energy.
there's a warm glow. It's fire, it's a tool.
Yeah,
It does give off noxious fumes depending on what's in it at the time.
yeah, and it does
But you know
also
what?
feed, nocturnal animals. Like,
It's a part of a habitat.
yeah, it's part of an ecosystem. Yeah, there's an ecosystem. One time, oh my god, one time I went to throw the apartment I used to live at, the dumps we had to like take the trash to the dumpster. And
Yeah.
it was like 6 a.m. I was on my way to work. I'm like half asleep. I throw my giant bag into the dumpster and the loud bang of it on the in the dumpster floor woke up a homeless person that I didn't know was there that was sleeping right next to the dumpster, and suddenly I just see a man like hunched over walking out, and I'm like, "Ah!" I literally scream, like I scream, and he just looks at me like, "Ugh," like okay, we're done here.
Did you that was you had no more?
No, that's it. He literally just like I was just I think I screamed and then I laughed because
Oh.
of how because of how absurd that scene was. Like, what? There's a homeless man just sleeping in the dumpster next to my apartment, and I threw a trash on him. Like, it's horrible, horrible. But at the same time, like
He
that,
is sleeping in a dumpster.
yeah, I didn't know. Um,
There has been people dumpster diving behind my building, and it's like kind of scary to see them pop out.
yeah, it's scary. It's scary because they're like, okay, so this is party episodes.
We're done. I feel like there was so much good questions. I like the story arc.
There is a lot. Do you want to keep going or should we just end it?
No, we haven't. Yeah, why not? Let's keep going because we're
Okay.
gonna have to. I'm gonna cut shit out. Maybe like
Okay.
we'll shave off a couple minutes.
Khalas. Okay, okay. Tell me more.
Oh no, I thought you had something.
Oh, I had, let's see, let's see. Favorite party memory of
Thing.
all time.
Oh, oh, there was one time. I have a video of this. Should I find it
Do it.
to show you?
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll think of my favorite party.
It was Halloween. Halloween was like a Wednesday or something stupid. And everyone, I guess at that time, I didn't take the hint. Everyone was doing the weekend before.
Uh,
I did the weekend after.
so you fully did the Legally Blonde thing where you were the only one dressed up in costume.
And I dressed as a cat in a whole furry like onesie costume.
Mm. Slit.
And I think the video speaks for itself if I can find it. I really hope it's here. It's essentially just like oh god. So you can see I'm kind of in the cat. Oh, I should just send you the video.
Send it to me. Yeah, yeah, send it to me. And
I'll insert it.
yeah.
Maybe I'll insert it for the olives. But this is the house lights on at like I don't know 3 in the morning, and you can see I'm in a cat costume, and no one else is in costume.
Okay, I'm seeing two people making out. Is that you? Oh my god, cheers. That is so funny. You're the only one in costume, and that is
Can
so.
you see the tail and the ears?
That is so funny.
Do you want to know how that happened too?
How?
The guy in the video, I turned around and I saw that guy, and I was like, "Holy shit, that guy is so hot."
Yeah.
And my friend literally was just like, pushed me right into him, and then he was like, "Cute ears." And we just started making out.
And no questions, nothing like you're wearing a bear costume. That is so funny. Oh my,
It was
that's hilarious.
it's pretty iconic.
You have to insert that. It is iconic. Um,
Do you have one?
oh shit, I blanked. I should have thought of one. Let me think. My most memorable party moment. Oh, I have one. Easy. It's not even my moment, it's John's moment. We were in P Town, and this is honestly, it's more for the story, not the person. I do think he's hot. Are you familiar with Gus Kenworthy?
Yes.
He's the Olympic snowboarder, whatever.
Mhm.
We were at a party and he happened to be there. I'm not, I'm actually, I think people are intimidated in the sense that, Saha, I'm not I'm not, even though I am friendly, I don't actively like go up to people and talk to them. But John is the other way around where he's like can socialize very easily. So I was like doing my own thing somewhere else. And then I come back and I notice John is talking to Gus Kenworthy and they're having a full-blown conversation. And then Gus was just like, I think John was like, oh my God, like you look so good. And then Gus was like, you can touch, as in like his chest. He was like, you can,
Okay.
I think it's because he had the hairy chest. And he was like,
Yeah.
I like your hairy chest. And he's like, you can touch. So John puts his hand on Gus Kenworthy's chest. And then Gus takes his hand and puts it on his crotch. Yeah, and I think Gus's boyfriend at the time was like right next to him. So John could have
It could be
easily
open and it could be a
no,
thing.
it is. I'm sure they're definitely open. Like I heard from
Oh.
what I heard,
I
Gus
thought
is
you were
like a huge slut. No, from what I heard, he's like very open and promiscuous. But the funny story is just that John basically almost hooked up with Gus Kenworthy. He ended up not doing anything because he was like looking for me or something. But I was like, you idiot, you should have went with him.
You could have all went together. Why didn't you join in on that?
I don't know. Honestly, if it was now, we would have. This was early in our relationship. I think we just didn't establish the boundaries or like rules of
What
what our
situation was?
yeah.
Oh man, that's such a fumbled bag.
It
I
was
so you guys should as soon as he told you, you'd be like, oh, let's go find. But also, I mean, like a slutty gay guy is very much like a penny.
yeah, you'll
Like
find
I
them
mean,
everywhere.
it's cool that it's Gus Kensworthy, like that is clout, but it's like there are guys that look like that on Sniffies that will do crazy things.
Right, right. Facts.
Facts. Okay, let's wrap this up so you
Yes.
can make your man breakfast.
Yes, yes. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. And that, ta-ta for now.
See you next time.